Podcast is a podcast, but we haven't quite decided yet, but we're going to keep doing it anyway. I'm Colby.
And I'm a pair of croc nuts that you put on your fucking boots. But you can call me feet.
I like the implication that it's not croc nuts that go on your Crocs. You have to go to work, but you love your croc nuts so much. You got to put them on your work boots.
I don't leave home without my croc nuts.
It's like a safety blanket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost like a Lucky Charm. Like people carry like Lucky Rabbit's feet, or like they keep their Lucky Dime. I got me Lucky Croc Nuts.
Every time I get nervous, I reach into my pocket and I play with my croc nuts. I go, I rub them for good luck.
Yeah, I like those people who have like the balls, like the prayer beads, and they put them through the fingers. But it's just the croc nuts.
Croc nuts, baby.
Boy, I love nuts. I mean, look, you could put nuts on anything. People put them on their trucks all the time.
Yeah, truck nuts is the original one.
Yeah, of course,
if I'm not mistaken, people have put them on their bikes.
Yeah,
and that's
bike
I think
nuts.
About as low as you can get. Like that's the lowest acceptable nuts.
No.
Like motorcycle nuts, sure. Bike nuts, you're barely skirting by. Rollerblade nuts, no thank you. Don't do it. You can't.
Croc nuts are a thing, and I will die on that croc nut hill.
It's a really gross hill to die on.
I stand by my conviction.
Listen, I'll John Proctor myself for croc nuts. All right, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say bad things about croc nuts. Just
leave croc nuts alone.
I feel like you could put nuts on anything, as opposed to you can't put them on everything. But I think you can put them on anything.
I really would beg to differ. I mean, for a number of reasons that are not just related to good taste, but also like it feels. Imagine this: you're watching the World Series. Your team is down, but you've got like bases are loaded. It's 2 outs, and then this fucking Chad on your team shows up with his baseball bat with little balls hanging on the bottom. Are you more confident or less?
Yeah, he comes out and like everyone's like, yeah, and like he's holding the bat like just very stoic, and like his hand is under the bat, you can't see anything, and people are on the edge of their seats, and they're just like, oh, and then like he releases his hand and you see him dangle and the crowd goes wild.
They just go ape shit. They're like, he's doing it.
And then he points his bat to a home run, indicating he's going to fucking slam it out of the park. And then the pitcher's taken aback. He's sweating. He's like, oh, fucking anime style. Like
shit.
Where he's
fucking,
like, oh,
if this man's bat nuts get to me, I can't let him do it, you know?
So, with the last fucking pitch of the game, bases are loaded, fucking last out, last inning, pitcher sweating, just now shaking because he sees the nuts.
He's all shit. This man's coming for me.
Grips the ball tight and throws it. Slam! Home run. And you know why? Bat nuts.
Bat nuts. And then they get disqualified because it turns out bat nuts are corked. Some sort of performance enhancing thing. I have no idea how baseball works.
They're performance enhancing nuts.
You have too much testosterone, sir. We have to disqualify you.
You gonna disqualify this? Fucking just dangles him in his face.
Yes, I am.
I don't even want to be a baseball player anymore. I thought this was America.
I thought this was American baseball.
Goddamn. I mean, I would watch that movie. I would 100%.
Fun fact: I don't remember where. No, I do remember where I heard this. I heard this on another podcast, but like there was a. So you know that like fried chicken in Japan is like kind of a thing. KFC is pretty big. There was a team that won like whatever, the league championship in Japan, and their fans went fucking ape shit, and
Damn.
they went so ape shit that they broke into they didn't break into a place, but there's a KFC near the baseball stadium, and outside of most Japanese KFCs they have a statue of the Colonel, and so these fans fucking took this statue and threw it over a bridge into a river. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah!
Jesus.
So they throw this statue and they're like, fuck yeah! And then from that point onward, they can't even like get to playoffs. Like that was the last season in which they were able to like win a championship. And so it started, people were like, what if it's the curse of the fucking Colonel? What if the Colonel's coming back to haunt us? And so like from that point onward, fans of this team would like dive into the river to look for like parts of the Colonel to like break the curse of the Colonel.
He came back for, throw me in the river, will ya?
I'm gonna Kentucky Fried Chicken your ass.
I'm gonna curse you. I'm gonna curse your your season with 8 spices. Fucking. God damn.
Oh shit. Yeah, I heard that and was like, wow, what a very Japanese thing to do. But also, I can also imagine that happening in America. Like, I can imagine that happening next year.
Yeah, they in America that happens, and then they throw the statue in the river and a bus.
Yeah, and a bus, and then they set half the town on fire, and National Guard gets called in.
God, I can't picture people in Japan like getting so fucking hype for something and throwing a statue in the river.
Yeah, right? Like, that does seem very out of character.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just very happy with this. I could take this Colonel and fuck you, Colonel.
Nippon, you gotta watch out with your teams. They're getting a little crazy.
Fucking, they're singing "We Are the Champions" as like the Colonel floats down the river. They're like, yeah.
The funny thing is, like, baseball's big serious in fucking Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Like, I remember my dad, he used to watch Little League on TV because he would just watch all the ESPN. He'd watch all the sports. Mm-hmm. But he would just watch the Little League because he'd be like real into it. He wanted to see how it was. And like, no joke, every time I saw him watching it, it was just Japan was playing. Like 2 different Japanese teams. It's crazy.
Every time he's just like, where the hell are the American schools? Like, well,
we're the Mexicans.
Where are the Mexicans? And see, when you hear that from a white guy, you're like, uh-oh, this is gonna be like racist and weird. When you hear that from someone like your dad, you're like, oh, he just wishes he had like, you know, like a team to cheer on.
Yeah.
Where are the Mexicans? Damn it.
Well, like, don't tell that to people. Like, my dad's not white; he's brown. He's a Mexican.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's not racist when your dad does it.
Yeah, my dad just wants equal representation, but Mexicans to win at everything. So, okay. So, despite all this talk of baseball and throwing statues in rivers, that's not what this episode's about.
Surprisingly, yeah, I thought we were just gonna stretch that into it was just gonna be another hour and a half of us being like, all right, so if you could throw a statue into a river, what statue would it be? if you threw a statue into a river, what kind of curse would you want to have?
I don't know. Like, I don't think I've ever. I guess I could exploit the curse. I mean,
yeah.
This is fucking. If we're going like on anime rules, like you get a curse and you exploit it to be OP. So
yeah, curse to live forever. Ha ha ha, suckers.
Curse to get like incredible strength that you can never lose, but your penis always gets smaller.
Man, dude, the best thing is, you could be the strongest man on the planet and no one would ever know, like, what your curse was.
See, but it doesn't, like, grow back. It just keeps getting smaller. Mm-hmm. Until, like, it inverts, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have negative penis at some point? Like,
you just gain a vagina at that point.
Oh, I mean, honestly, sure, whatever. Like, I've had this one for 30 years. I could try another one, you know? It's whatever.
The vagina?
Yeah, why not? Dog, like, I've had my time.
You've had your vagina for 30 years?
No, I've had my dick for 30 years. Like, let's try something new. You know what I mean?
Can we go down to the wiener store and just trade it out?
Yeah, like, listen, one of the things that I was most excited about when, like, they announced Cyberpunk and they were like, oh, yeah, you can, like, basically be whoever and customize what your body looks like everywhere. Wink, wink. I was like, oh, sick. Does that mean that I get to go into, like, a vagina store and be like, give me this one vagina, please?
I'll place it right under my balls. In Cyberpunk, I got the biggest, floppiest wiener.
Yeah, obviously. That's what you do. Like, that's the most fun thing. And also, like, I don't know if they fixed this in, like, later versions of Cyberpunk, but on release, Cyberpunk had this thing where anytime you went into the inventory screen for just, like, half a second, your character's just naked. And then clothes would pop in. So every time I opened the screen, like, I had, like a 5'6", freckle-faced, like floofy-haired girl with the biggest wiener of all time, and like heart bush. So I like that was my character, and like no matter how cool I made her look, and like, oh man, this is like a fucking dangerous like street kid. Just every time I open the inventory, I'm like, that's right, I forgot.
Packing heat. I wish in Cyberpunk, you could change like you could get new hair and facial features and like new tattoos, but that wasn't a thing, and I was upset.
Yeah, it's weird that they're like, yeah, do your character creator up front and then never again. It's like, this is the future. Like, I should be able to change I should be able to look like anyone. Like, I should be able to see Judy in the game and be like, I want to look like Judy, and then that happens, and then now there's two Judys making out, right? That's why can't I do that? And also, Cyberpunk is also like, okay, well, if you pick male or female, that depends like on who you get for your like romantic choices, and I'm like, but why?
Yeah,
why though?
No matter what you choose, if you choose male or female, you can put whatever. You can put a vagina or a wiener on you, but you're still a guy. So you can't romance certain people. Like, I ended up romancing that mechanic in the Deadlands where she
Pan Am?
Yeah, Pan Am. And we had just the worst sex scene. But I wanted to romance that guy cop.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Rain? I don't know.
I don't remember.
He had a coat on where I was like, you look like Macklemore. I don't like that, but okay.
We were real cool, like, and I thought he was hitting on me in the game. He invited me to have fucking barbecue with his family and play with the kids, and then he invited me up on the water tower as the sun was going down to have a beer, and I'm like, oh, it's happening. And then like the option for like me to like make the moves I did, and he was like, oh, I'm not like that. I'm like, well, why did you fucking romance me then?
Exact same thing. So like, your romance options for Pan Am are basically like, after I think you bust someone out of like a imprisonment, then you're sitting inside of a house, like waiting for this dust storm to pass, and like, she has her feet in your lap, and like you're flirting or whatever, and she says something, and then you have the option to like make a move and hit on her. And so I was like, well, I don't give a shit. Yeah, like, I don't know who I can romance yet. Pan Am seems fine. So I'm like, oh yeah, I bet you'd like me to massage your feet. And she's like, I'm not really, like, you're great, but that's not the kind of, and I was like, what? It's the worst, because like, the way that this, like, the dialogue system is designed is that it's flirting 100% up until that point, and then there's just an if statement. If boys say no, if girls say yes. Like, it's like there's no like, oh, I picked up on your hints and like now I'm pursuing you. There's not like a bunch of dialogue options where you can like, oh yeah, you can like, if you maybe she's like not into girls, but if you're like around her enough and you do enough quests for her, she's like, okay, actually, maybe I kind of am a little into girls. You're like, yeah, you are, right? Like,
yeah. I'm like, why have them just be like maximum flirting all the time as y'all getting close? Like, there's being friendly and there's being flirty, and like they're flirting hard, like
really hard. Like, if you haven't played the game, the scene in which you're like up on the water tower talking to like Mr. X cop, he's legit like, oh yeah, I've always like, I'm glad you met my family. Sorry, they're so embarrassed. And like his family the whole time is like, oh, you guys are dating, you guys are perfect for each other. Yeah. And like, so he was a viable romance option for me. And the worst thing is whenever they're like, oh, you would look cute together, I am like, yeah, but I'm not. No, I don't think so. And it got really awkward, and I was like, fucking, what do you want me to do?
Dude, yeah, no, I was all down. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, I helped you like save these people from like the slaughterhouse, and I met your family, and like we avenged like your ex-copness and shit. I'm down to clown. You're cool. And he brought me up on the water tower and shot me down after fucking romancing me.
Yeah, he shares a beer with you at his secret spot, looking over the town after meeting your family, and he does all that specifically so that you'll be like, hey man, you want to like go make out or whatever? And he could be like, no, I ain't gay. He's like, leaves.
He's like, I brought you to my secret spot overlooking the beautiful horizon. What the hell does that fucking...
What do you take me for? I don't sloot.
I thought we were friends.
I'm confused. What's happening here?
We're sharing a beer, having a good time, and you ruined it.
You're fucking killing me right now.
I was like, I guess so, man. Like,
yeah, okay.
The funny thing is, I didn't even like play the story until I was heavily powered up. Like, fucking what's his name? Who's sitting out in the restaurant? Oh
God, what is it? I forgot. It's long ago that like he was in the restaurant. He's like an ex Arasaka guy that like is just
your friend that
oh, Jackie, that's right. God, I forgot. You didn't even get to the part where you stole the chip yet. I completely forgot because I watched you play for like 2 weeks, and then you were like, well, I guess I should start the story, and you went to go sit next to Jackie, and I went, wait a fucking second, you haven't even sat next to Jackie yet?
No, I just
Jackie's still here?
He's been sitting here forever.
He's been sitting there eating his noodles for fucking months. He's like, One day V will come get me, I'm sure. It's fucking Seymour from Futurama. He's just sitting. He turns to stone eventually. They make a statue of him. Fucking Jackie's Noodles, big statue of him at a thing. They're like, he waited for his friend forever.
They do the Ronald McDonald statue on the fucking chair thing. Put him on.
Everybody likes to come and take pictures. They're like, bring the kids, come take a picture with Jackie.
Dude, the thing is, that's how I am with every game. I'm like, well, it gave me the option to go see him or just to go fuck around. I'm like, I'm gonna go fucking fuck around. And I was so overpowered once I got to him.
Yeah, dude, like, again, I was watching you do these side quests, and I was like, oh, that's like a cool side quest. That's a cool side. I wonder when that unlocks. And the thing is, like, yeah, you don't have to play the story for all of those things to just unlock, which is weird.
Yeah. So, you could just go and do, like, most of the side missions that don't impact the story, and then when you're all said and done, you can come around and be like, all right, well, now I'm gonna go do the story. And then they start telling you about stuff that you've already been doing for the past several hours to days. And you're like, yeah, I know how to do this. I've already maxed it out. Fucking maxed out my sneak.
Yeah. They're like, this is how you steal a car. And you're like, no, this is how you steal a car.
That game is fun, but man, I will not go back and play it. I don't give a shit. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that the updates that they've done to it are actually really good, and it's like it's a lot more balanced. They gave you a lot more like options for things, and they gave you like different different combat options, which I felt like, for me, combat in a game is almost irrelevant in a lot of ways because I play mostly melee, non-lethal characters. That's like my whole shit in any game where I can do it. Like Metal Gear Solid, I only play with the tranq dart. With this game, I only played with stun baton. Like, I beat the absolute shit out of people with my stun baton.
Oh, hell no, dude. Once I got the fucking dildo sword, I was dildoing fucking... And then, I think I had like a blade that was... Because that was my goal in the game, to become the best crafter in the game. And I maximized my craft, and I crafted everything, so I didn't need anything. And then I used the exploit where, when you go to a shop, you could, what's it called? You can make like 99, not 99, you could replicate any one of your items.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And like I just became a millionaire and bought everything. I bought all the blueprints, I bought all the weapons, I made it a point to buy every single car in the game. And then I couldn't even...
That is a mission as well, by the way. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, you can like go to the store and buy these things. It's like you have to drive all over the map, and like they show up at different points in the game. So
yeah, but I couldn't even finish it because when when Jackie dies, they give you the option to take his motorcycle, and I was trying to be nice, and I thought they were like, you should take Jackie's motorcycle. He'd want you to have it. And I was like, no, I couldn't take it. And then she was like, okay, it's not yours then. Then they fucking lock it away. I was like, oh, I thought you were going to give it to me.
He went, no, go back. Oh,
come on. So I was like, oh, I was pissed off. But yeah, no, Cyberpunk is fun only one time.
Yeah.
So make sure, like, the one time you play it is they have the DLC out and it fixed, because once you play it, and I know they say, oh, it could be you could do different things every time. I mean, it doesn't. It's not.
That's the one thing that they like, because listen, as far as like I said, combat is whatever. Like, I know what I'm doing in the game. I'm able to do it. And it felt pretty good. So like, those boxes were checked for me.
Yeah.
What I was really looking for is like a good story experience, getting like different paths and like having hard choices to make. But like, even the first choice in the game doesn't make any fucking difference. So in the beginning, it's like, yeah, are you a street kid? Are you a corpo?
Yeah.
Are you like a mafia dickhead or whatever? And all of those options affect the first like 1 hour of the game.
Yeah.
Subtly, very subtly, and then
it's just
like from that point onward, there's dialogue options every once in a while where you can like, oh yeah, as you know, I grew up on the streets here in Night City. You gotta be tough or whatever. Like, you can say some shit like that, but ultimately it has zero effect on the plot, and it doesn't like unlock any additional missions for you or anything. It's just like, and it's barely flavor. Like,
yeah,
it's
all the side
it's
quests
frustrating.
All the side quests are the same, no matter like how you play them. As long as you like beat them, they're all the same. The gameplay's the same. It doesn't matter. The story doesn't change, no matter what uprising you bring. Because I was playing at the same time James played it, because James was hyped for it. He was like, the same things that we're saying he wanted, but then he was let down. And he went the corpo route, and I went the street route, and then we ended up in the same spot. And I was like, well, what the hell's the point? It doesn't make any sense in the game. You still get Johnny Two Hands, and you still go through the story.
Johnny Two Hands. Yeah, like, I mean, I understand, that like there are major story beats you have to hit as far as this goes. Like, main story quest, spoilers for Cyberpunk, but like main storyline, you know the beats that you have to hit, right? You have to do this break-in job in order to get the chip. You have to be infected with Johnny. You have to figure out that like there's a choice that you can make, and you have to like go to Arasaka in order to like get Johnny out of your head, and then the game ends in a number of different ways, right? But like, to get to that break-in job, like as a street kid, obviously you get hired to do it.
Yeah.
As a corpo, you could have been like working for another corporation. They're like, oh, we heard about this fucking secret tech. You're going to take this like scumbag street kid with you. And fucking that's when you link up with Jackie. And like, you're like, so you're working for the corpos, like trying to get this chip. And then like you put the chip in your head and they're like, well, now it's fucking useless and you're garbage. And then you have to like, you know, claw back your life. Like, I don't know, put some new shit in it. But like,
Yeah,
God.
make your dialogue options different.
And oh god, the more that I talk about it, the more frustrated I get, because like at its core, I think it's a pretty good game. It's like a B level game, honestly, because the story is pretty good. If you play it exactly one time, it's a pretty good game. If you play it a second time, I guarantee you'll get like 3 hours in and be like, this is this is the same. Dog, this is the same?
I'd say play it once and don't even wait 1 year. Wait like 2 or 3, so you could at least forget some of the stuff. Yeah, and then maybe play again. But like then once you're playing, you're like, oh, I remember.
Yeah. I imagine it'll be like, I remember this part. Oh yeah, I remember this. Shit, I forgot to play as like the other. Like I forgot to play as a man instead of a woman, so I could romance different people. Damn it. Yeah. Now I gotta start again, but I'm not. I'm 4 hours in.
I'm just gonna quit.
Fuck it. I'm done.
Yeah, no. That's how it is, and it had a lot of potential. Part 2. They could probably fix it if they're gonna be a part 2. I don't think so, but
yeah, it's hard to say. I think CD Projekt Red said that they're gonna make another Witcher game, so like that's on the table.
Yeah,
but God, like, to have built up that much goodwill and then release Cyberpunk as unfinished and as like linear and as well, like it was hyped up in a way that like everybody had an idea of what the game was in their heads. And I feel like the idea of what the game was in the heads of the people that were like watching the trailers and listening to the news and like listening to tweets and shit about it was this fucking big open world fantasy game in the future where you could be anyone and your choices mattered and like shit was different depending on like what walk of life you went through. And you know, if you were like stealthy, you could like get different missions, or like if you fucking if one side mission happens and you ally with someone, that unlocks a whole nother path, or like whatever. Like
what?
But ultimately
that's not how it was.
That's not how it was. And so, and you have to ask, like, whose fault is it? And I don't think it's the developer's fault, because they're making the game and they probably had an idea of what the game was. And we're like, hey, this is the scope of this game that we're making. And then I imagine like marketing, just fucking ran with it and was like, it's going to be X and Y and Z. And like, the director of the game was probably part of that, being like, oh yeah, we have this grand vision for all of these things and we're probably going to make it in time. And all like, the thing is, I've been on a number of software teams in which somebody up top, like somebody way the fuck up top is like, oh yeah, this product is going to change the way the market is. Like we are going to make our first big like leap into this market, and we are going to disrupt everything, and we're going to like take off like a rocket. Like you hear that, and then on your team, you look at everyone around you and you go, this man is so full of shit. Does everyone know he's full of shit, or is it just us that's in this room?
Does he not know what we're doing? I mean,
hey, I'm pretty sure actually that no, we're not. Just raise your hand in the middle of this meeting. Hey, what company are you talking about? Is it this one?
Get out of here! You idiot! Get out! Just
leave. So yeah, you get people like that have like this idea of what it's gonna be. And it's because a lot of people are afraid to tell them, like, no, that's not what it is. You should temper your expectations, or like, we need more time, or like, that's the kind of person that whenever they're like, oh, you have to make Cyberpunk, the whole thing with all of these things in it in 4 years. And then they get 3 years in and they're like, listen, for all of those things that you want, we're still going to need another few years. And he goes, well, we already signed the contract, so you have till the end of the year. And they're like, I don't really think we can get it. And he's like, cut corners, make it work. I'm going to go talk to the press. It's great. We're doing great here.
So I think the story is linear. It's linear as fuck once you actually get to the story. But like, you could do whatever you want. Like, you could go in the map is huge. It's very big, but you'll learn that if you get to an area before you're leveled up, they'll beat your shit in. But yeah, you could do whatever you want, but then you're like, well, I can't beat the game if I don't progress the story. And then once you get on the story, you just have to go through the story. It's
frustrating. Also, that like, because there's the side quests sort of add to the world, but they don't add to your character really. Like your character doesn't change or grow or
the side quests are always there, and they always play out the same way. You don't change, I guess.
You don't because it's a pretty easy system to program. I say that. As a programmer, if I were to do this the way that I would do it, would be very easy. You just you give dialogue options, and then I picked the asshole option, +1 to my asshole meter. And then from then on, you're locked out of nice choices because you're a fucking asshole, and people don't want to work with you, because you're a dick, right? That doesn't seem that hard. I don't know. Maybe it is.
A game that did it better years before was Mass Effect. Dude, Mass Effect's dialogue options really do matter because people in the game remember, between games, or you go from Mass Effect 1 making all your choices, and people in part 2 be like, well, I don't want to talk to you. Remember that time you fucking you fucked a turtle? I don't know.
Remember that time you blew up my planet? Nah, dog, that ain't me.
Yeah, you remember that time you went to that one planet and just genocided the monkeys? Yeah.
Ooh, no, you're confusing me with another Commander Shepard. You're confusing me with Commander Bebber.
Yeah, Commander Eckhard.
Ecker.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Damn, what an asshole that guy is, though. Ooh. Anyway, so wanna sell me some drugs or whatever? I don't know. What am I here for?
Yeah, can I have some of that red sand? Fucking.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk was a letdown.
Yes,
but
I think unequivocally, Cyberpunk was not what everyone expected or wanted.
No, not at all. But there is a game coming out that everyone wants and didn't expect, and that's Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. Looking fucking sick, honestly.
We'll get to Sonic Frontiers. No, you know what? Let's talk about it. Fuck
Hell
you.
Yeah! Let's do it. I ate some Sonic the Hedgehog cereal for breakfast this morning.
You're way past cool. I
am.
I was gonna eat a Sonic ice cream, but they were all out, so I got SpongeBob.
Aw, you got SpongeBob.
So, I think it visually it looks good, but I need to see more because
yeah. So I see where you're coming from, and I got linked. I got linked a tweet by Brutal Moose, who's a YouTuber that I like.
Yeah, I like Brutal Moose.
My wife sent me a tweet that he did where he quote retweeted the Sonic trailer and just said, "Oh no," and everyone in the comments was like, this looks so shitty," and I was like, well, did we watch the same trailer? This looks rad as fuck, actually. And I think the thing is, we're all bringing our different things into what this trailer is, because it hasn't showed us much. This, literally what this has done, this is the equivalent. Imagine if Nintendo made a trailer for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Except the whole trailer was just Link finding Koroks. Nothing about the story, nothing about the bosses, nothing about the things that he could do. Just him picking up rocks and do. Yeah, that's the whole trailer. That's what this was. And I'm like, So what I'm reading this as is like, oh, there's some like cool areas to go explore and unlock stuff. And then there's going to be actual stages to do, or there's going to be actual bosses, or there's going to be like shit you can do in this world, right?
Yeah.
But other people are reading, and you included, and I think most people are reading it this way, that that's going to be the whole game. And if that is the whole game, I agree. This is going to be really bad.
I feel like there will be like maybe a few different environments, but right now it kind of just looks like someone plopped in Sonic into Unreal 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And also, where are the act zones? Is it like Sonic 06 where like you got to do some bullshit and then you can go to the big ring and do an act?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. As I was watching this trailer, I went, "Oh god, this looks so good." I'm so fucking stoked for this. The lighting looks good. It looks like fun to control. I like the music. Wait a second. This sounds an awful lot like Sonic 06.
Yeah.
Oh shit, doesn't it? Oh man. I thought that, and then I went, no. It's gonna be different. This is gonna be different this time. I promise.
All we need is a realistic Robotnik from 06. And that's what this world looks like it would be. Because everything looks realistic, and then you got fucking Sonic there.
Yeah, like the grass and the textures, everything looks like super, super realistic. So Sonic sticks out like a sore thumb. There are a couple of enemies there that are like a little different, but they look like they're more part of the environment than part of like whatever Sonic is. And it seems like Sonic has been transported to this place. This is the Sonic isekai no one asked for.
Maybe it. I'm withholding judgment until it comes out. But for now, it looks like kind of a mediocre to meh for me. It looks gorgeous, and it looks like it actually controls good. Mm-hmm. But God, they didn't show any story. They didn't show like all I've seen is like the desert zone and the fucking the grassy hill, the fucking Elden Ring fucking field.
Yeah, the Elden Ring field. That's a good way to put it, because this does seem a lot like Elden Ring, actually. Weirdly enough.
So, like, I'm withholding judgment because I could be wrong. Maybe when it comes out, it's good. But right now, it just looks like it's an empty field where you're just maybe fighting the monsters when they come up and you have, like, no real goal. But I know that's not the case. It can't be.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
It can't be, right?
You fucking mark my words.
I just, like... The problem is that I don't want to believe that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You were so optimistic about this topic, and like as we're talking about it, you're just letting yourself down.
I know. Like, it's the thing is, the cool thing about this, like this particular like trailer and game concept is that it has the Breath of the Wild thing, where it's like, oh, I see a thing off in the distance. I can go to that thing.
Yeah.
And the problem here that, like, Sonic is going to face with, like, the team is going to face with this game is that Sonic is fast, right? Sonic's whole thing is he moves fast.
Yeah.
Which means that between objectives, you need more land, effectively. Uh-huh. Like, you have to have more space in between things, which make things look more empty and kind of lifeless. Breath of the Wild works because it's super densely packed with shit to do. You can go and find Koroks, you can, like, explore ruins, you can fight a bunch of bokoblin camps or whatever the fuck. Like, there's something to do basically everywhere.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they did... if you've ever played, I think it's in master mode, but they have like the hero mode where it's like, it has a path of like where you went. That was a dev feature that they like were like, I don't know, we can just open this up for people. It's kind of interesting because they programmed that in specifically. They would give people the game to see like what they would do. Like, hey, here, start the game. And then they would analyze that data and be like, where did they go from the starting area? Like, what area did they go to? Where did they explore? And then how much time did they spend there? So they'd be like, oh, this person went south and then very quickly turned back north because they didn't experience anything in time. Okay, put a fucking Korok there. Put a fucking, like, a puzzle to do. Put anything there. Okay, cool. Now we've got, like, another point of interest, and, like, now you can see that they keep going south. Like, that was a dev feature.
Yeah.
You have to do something like that with an open world game like this because, like, especially the way that this looks, it's so big and Sonic doesn't move fast enough.
Yeah.
So it's striking this weird balance between, like, oh, I'm so fast, this feels so great, and this whole landscape looks there's whatever.
There's rails in random places, and you're collecting. You say he might have got isekai'd, but there's still rings. And that is true. He's collecting rings and random rails that are coming out of the ground that lead nowhere, and a hamster wheel, and then he's just fighting enemies. And
the thing is, I'm like, the enemies don't drop rings. Enemies drop, like, some fucking, like, cyberpunk looking diamonds or whatever. Like, it's not rings. So, and Sonic has this move.
Yeah, where he encircles an enemy.
Yeah, so, like, you draw a circle around an enemy with Sonic, which just reminds me of fucking, oh god, what is it? Okami. Yeah, that's Okami. What it was. Reminds me of Okami, and I'm like, that's a very not Sonic thing to do. Yeah. But again, it looks really good, and I like Sonic a lot, so, like, come on, man.
I just don't want it to be like an open field, and then you have to farm things before you can actually get the game going. Which is
you have to build a fort, Sonic's fort.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I gotta build a fort. I don't want to get rained on. I don't want the monsters to get me.
I'm gonna get a cold if I stay out here.
Creeper. Oh yeah.
Oh, was that an Enderman? Whoa. Scarier than Robotnik.
God, they haven't showed Robotnik. And I don't know if, like, they're scared to, or, like, if he's the antagonist or what. Because usually...
Yeah, he may not even be the antagonist. I didn't play Sonic Forces. Was Robotnik even in it?
Sonic Forces... Wait.
That's the one that just came out where you created your own Sonic OC and played it.
No, actually, it was... well, yeah, he was. But there were also, like, all the enemies from all the past games because of, like, a time flux.
Are you thinking of Sonic Generations?
No,
or is that Sonic Forces?
That's Sonic Forces. Like, in the first level, he gets his shit kicked in by the Iblis Trigger Hedgehog, the people...
Silver?
No, that weird-looking hedgehog that looks weird, that has, like, that fire texture on him.
Nope. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The only thing that this is connecting to is fucking Sonic 06, because that's where they talked about the Iblis Trigger.
Yeah, it was the Iblis Trigger Hedgehog, Mecha Sonic, and the fucking monsters from that weird Sonic game on the Wii U, where it was like Mario Galaxy.
Oh yeah, the like Sonic Colors.
No, not Colors. It was the one after that. It was like Sonic. Loop. I don't know.
Yeah, Sonic Loop, baby.
It was, that's what that game was, and then they
Lost World,
and then he gets his ass kicked and thrown in jail for like part of the game.
He's thrown in jail for copyright infringement.
I think a year passes in game, and they're like, we got to do something about Sonic, and we found this weird ass do whatever, and he's gonna help, and he has a gun. Just.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's that game, and it's like I'm not gonna say 10 hours. I think someone could beat the game in like 3 hours.
Man, I hate that I talked to you and got less excited about Sonic Frontiers.
Which is funny. So like behind the scenes again, where we did our little powwow before the fucking recording, and we're talking. We're like, oh, these games came out, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, and we could talk about Sonic Forces. And Cole was like, yeah. And he was like, what do you mean, I'm like,
what do you mean, Sonic Forces is fucking awesome.
I'm like, did it? I think you're seeing past a lot of things that you shouldn't be looking past.
The thing is, like, anytime that someone shows me a game where I'm like, oh, that looks like Breath of the Wild, immediately I'm like, Breath of the Wild is my favorite game. So this is probably going to be very good.
Wait, we'll see when it comes out. Just mark our words. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, we'll fucking fight each other over whether it's good.
Who knows? It could be good, and I'll have nothing to complain about. Right now, I'm holding out. It looks mediocre.
Yeah, the thing is, I distinctly remember when Sonic 06 came out, I was playing it and I was like, wow, like this has got a lot of bugs, and I die pretty frequently in the hyper fast sections, and the loading times are really bad, and the voice acting is not very good, and I unfortunately got a bug, so I had to revert to a previous like save state. But it's great. Oh, it's great. The story is awesome, and
Is it?
wow. Sonic, I'm able to explore these big environments. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, talking to these realistic humans and then making out with the princess. The only cool thing about Sonic 06 was how Robotnik looked.
Robotnik did look pretty sick. Yeah, that is true. But also that gave us the fucking, oh god, the Crisis song, Crisis City.
Yeah.
That song is one of the best songs in all of Sonic. So
no,
I will defend that till I die.
Excuse you, Sonic Forces gave us fucking the Hoobastank song.
Oh my god.
I think it was the lead singer of Hoobastank that did that song. Together we will. They fucking played that trailer like I remember them playing the trailer and they played that song, and then they went into gameplay and they played that level where that song came through, and they played it no shit like 4 times in 10 minutes. So they always came to that part, and then they played that song. That song's so good it's on my fucking Spotify.
Man, I can't. The only band that I will recognize as far as Sonic goes is Crush 40, right? Like, yeah, Crush 40 is the only Sonic band Hoobastank Man can leave. Hoobastank Man can go home.
No, dude, Sonic Forces could be a big pile of shit. I've never played it, but that song will ring true in my heart. Fucking
play it at my funeral,
because it fucking hypes up. It hypes you up. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Anyway,
so there is that.
Let's stop talking about Sonic, because then this is going to become a whole Sonic thing, and then we're
just going to be sad. I'm going to be sad,
and then I'm going to bring out my Sonic OC, and then no one wants that.
No, true.
So we also have Final Fantasy 16, but before we talk about that, I want to talk about Pokemon.
Yeah. So interesting. Okay, so let me start off by saying I'm not a Pokemon person, right? I don't play Pokemon games anymore. I played Pokemon Red and Blue. I thought the Arceus looked interesting. I was like, Pokemon Arceus looks pretty cool. It looks like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So it can't be that bad.
Of course not.
And then I started playing it and I was like, oh, this is actually not very good. I don't like this that much, actually.
Maybe that's just to you, because everyone I've talked to about it have been like, oh, the game's so cool, or not so cool. They're like, oh yeah, there's a lot to do, and you do all this, and the battles are whatever, and I'm like, I'm not gonna play it though. But
I don't really want to.
Yeah. But from what I hear, a lot of people really liked it. So I mean,
and they I may be wrong. The problem there are a number of problems with the game. One, you have to go through a loading zone to go between town and the wild, right? So between being in a village and being out catching Pokemon and shit, you have to do a loading zone. You have to go to a map and select a place that you want to go. And I was like, well, that sucks and is bad. Because that's not like Breath of the Wild. And I want Breath of the Wild, god damn it.
I just want more.
I just give me Breath of the Wild, but with different characters, god damn it.
I like I said, I never played it, but there was a few reasons why I wanted to play it, because I wanted to have the big scyther with axes, and that was like one of the really only reasons. I thought it was gonna be like another Pokemon game, but not like Sword and Shield, because I didn't like Sword and Shield. Dude, Sword and Shield just told, like, you start Sword and Shield and they're like, well, you win already, because the game just hands you, like, you could catch every single Pokemon, I think, in the one game. You don't need two. And then
hell yeah. And then
finding shinies is easier, because you have the thing where you hold where makes shinies come out more, and it was easy. It was easy.
I mean, so the main things that are different with like Arceus are, Pokemon are out, and there's like basically a seamless transition between battling and running around.
Yeah.
So there's not like a swirly effect and then the battle starts. It's like you can sit in a bush and throw a Pokeball at a thing, and sometimes it'll catch the thing.
Yeah.
Other times you have to like throw a Pokemon at him to like beat the shit out of him and then take him.
So the impression,
which is fine.
The impression I got from like the first trailer, because they're like, battle alongside your Pokemon like in the wild, and you can move around while they're fighting, which to me seems like counterintuitive, because like, why are you moving around while still having this like menu and them fighting? It'll like make you confused. I thought, and this was just me, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna send your Pokemon out to fight, and they're gonna be fighting, and then you come around behind the Pokemon and beat the shit out of him. Like,
yeah, kick Pikachu in his ass.
Yeah, fucking like jump on Kangaskhan and fucking choke her out. Just
I can't, like, so I didn't play it for long enough to know if there's a way to interfere with the battles as the trainer. I think there is. I think there's a way that like you can either like take a hit for a Pokemon or like do a thing to fuck up the other Pokemon. I don't remember, but I never did it, but I remember other people talking about it, and I was like, oh, that okay. The major thing though for me was you get to the wild area, and I saw the progression. I got it after a while. It's like you catch a bunch of Pokemon and do a bunch of stuff, and then they give you something to get around the area faster. Great, awesome. You do some more stuff, and then you get something to climb up high cliffs. Great. You do some more stuff, and then you get a thing to fly. Okay, awesome. But my problem with it is that I want to do that shit when I start. Like, let me climb, let me go everywhere when I start.
Yeah.
The barrier to me being in a place should not be the geometry is weird. Like, the barrier should be you are going to have your ass handed to you if you go to this place. Like, and I did at one point. I found out that there like is a combination. If you're holding a Pokeball in your hand about to throw it, the physics are a little different for your character, so you can run up sides of mountains that you shouldn't be able to get up. And I got into an area I shouldn't have been in at my level, and there was a fucking like level 53 Gyarados there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my shit kicked in if I don't get out of here right now. And sure enough, I died because he killed me. And I was like, okay, that's good. But like, it took me, no joke, 15 minutes to get up this mountain and then back down, because I was like, no, you're not going to stop me from getting up this fucking mountain. You're not going to stop me. I'm going to use this exploit to get up this fucking mountain because I'm so mad that I can't get up here legit.
I saw like someone play it, and the thing I didn't like about it is that you have to catch Pokemon multiple times to like, because you're basically writing the first Pokedex, which is cool in theory, but I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, catching Pokemon when you're hidden is so fucking easy that it's like, oh, of course you should catch like 50 of them.
Yeah, and they don't,
it's
like,
nothing.
A lot of them don't really like know what Pokeballs or trainers are, so you're just going around and just fucking Houdini, just catching them, and they're just like, oh fuck, and now like,
they go, oh shit,
like they get caught in these balls, so that's the thing. But Pokemon Scarlet and
Violet.
Velociraptor.
Uh-huh.
Looks different. It looks like they went back to Sword and Shield, but also they combined that game with Arceus.
Yeah.
Which I know some people like the way that battle is, but man, color me like fucking a Gen 1er because I like just the old way.
I mean, yeah, it's the thing is you have to evolve, right? Like people, whenever they announced the Final Fantasy VII remake, people were like, oh, is it going to be a turn-based system? Is it going to be not a turn-based system? If they made Final Fantasy VII remake a turn-based system, that game would have been dead in the fucking water.
Yeah.
Like turn-based games, A, don't sell anymore. And B, aren't really fun, actually. So, like, if you go back and play an old turn-based game, it's fine, but everybody's attention span and expectations for, like, how quickly you can, like, navigate a game and do things in a game has gotten to the point where it's, like, every pixel remaster that gets released, they're like, there's a fast-forward button so that you can, like, blaze through battles if you want to. There's, like, in Final Fantasy VI... you used to have to equip an item to be able to walk fast on the map. Now you just hold down X and you get to do it, right? Like, those are like quality of life improvements that are like, I don't want to wait. Well, so stop making me wait.
They did the same thing from Pokemon Red to Gold where you can get the running shoes. But the thing is here, I still like turn-based games. All you have to do is make the combat fun and make the characters unique. But another thing that you have to like think about is you have to make the world that you're in fun to be in. You have to make things that are fun to do. And we're talking like crafting, exploring, like writing on things. Like you want to explore the map. And then fighting is just being a part of it. Like Dragon Quest, having the monsters be on the field on Dragon Quest 11. But you can explore everything. And like you got to craft, or you can go to a camp, or you can get on a horse and just run through enemies and don't even have to fight them.
Yeah, I mean, counterpoint though, like, did you play Octopath Traveler?
Mm-mm.
Or like Project Setsuna?
Nah.
Okay, so like those are two turn-based games that came. Those are the two probably largest turn-based games that came out in the past like 3 years, and they did okay. They're fine, but they're fucking boring. Like.
See, but that's like different. Like I said, in Dragon Quest, it's fun because all the characters are unique. They can't all equip the same thing. You can get different costumes for them, and when you level up in a, like your character, like in a specific way. Like, do you want to go for swords or axes, or do you want to go like broadswords, shields, or magic? So that way you can have your character play different.
Yeah.
I've never played Octopath Traveler, so I can't like. I'm not talking about like a pixel RPG like turn-based. Mm-hmm. Make the game look fun. Like there's this game coming out like soon that I want to play, and it's turn-based RPG, but it's about wrestling. And the way you...
The fuck?
Yeah, dude.
What game is it?
I don't remember the name. I remember seeing the trailer like not like a month or so ago. And you're basically a wrestler like working your way up to the ranks, and the way you fight is like it's almost Paper Mario style, or like Paper Mario style. You got 3 people and you can do your attacks, and you got time button presses, and like you do like signature moves and stuff, and it's always like in a ring. Like it looks fun. I love RPGs that do stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, it's just, I'm not saying that you can't do it. I am saying that they're not as successful as they used to be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that they are, on the whole, kind of fucking boring now. Like, like it's hard to do it right now because the people that like play games, there's people like us that grew up playing turn-based RPGs. So it's like, okay, that's like a good market for your turn-based RPGs, like the people that like grew up playing them. Well, a lot of us are adults and don't have a lot of time anymore. So now like you have to give us speed up mechanics. Otherwise we're not going to beat your game.
Yeah.
And then there's kids. Kids didn't grow up with turn-based RPGs. So like, why the fuck am I having to like select a move? Why can't I just go hit him?
Yeah. Why can't I do the move?
Instead of selecting attack, why can't I, like Sora, go beat the shit out of him with my big key? which is like why I think Final Fantasy VII Remake did a really good job there. Is you can like beat the shit out of someone, but you also have a couple of moves that you can do. So you're engaged with combat the whole time and you're not like strategizing.
Yeah.
There was another turn-based RPG game and it came out a while back. Did you remember the Penny Arcade game?
Never played it, but I remember it.
Yeah. So it's Penny Arcade's on the Rain-Slick Precipice of Darkness, right?
Okay.
And, part 1 and 2 was like a Telltale kind of game.
Yeah.
And then part 3 was an old school kind of RPG, like a turn-based RPG type thing. And the way that it did combat was really interesting because you could choose to like slot in more moves into like the turn order, or like you could do a thing that affected an enemy's turn order and you could see it on like the progress of the battle. So there's like a timeline that there was
so like
there.
Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, kind of like Final Fantasy X. But they have like a wait and a command, and you could see like where people were in the turn order, and you could affect them based off of that, which was like, I was like, okay, this is interesting enough that I'm like, okay, I can now vibe with this. And it was a really good game. And that came out in 2012.
Yeah.
So that was a very long time ago.
I think for a game like turn-based, it has to have like a good story, and like B, good characters. Like much like Pokemon Scarlet, with the new trailers. Like I'm very big with customization. I like making my character look good. And then you also have like the new professors.
I mean, if you're gonna release a Pokemon game, you have to reveal who the professors are gonna be. And you're really, if you want to reel people in, you gotta want to fuck both of them, right? You have to.
You gotta make both of them extremely hot and bangable and of age, because you can't be like with the trainers. You gotta want to fuck the professor, and they made this Cavewoman. And like,
yeah. And I mean, listen, Cavewoman is an interesting choice because this seems like it's a modern game. So I'm wondering what the thing is there. Like
maybe she's just,
is she? Yeah, maybe that's just her thing. She's like living out just like in a cave out in the outskirts of town as a cave woman. And people are like, why are you doing that?
What? Why do you have fangs? Just
me, professor.
You can't really truly study a Pokemon if you don't live the way they do. Fucking.
It's Professor. Stop it! I know you know English. Stop it.
Professor, I gotta go take a shit in a bush now. Just fucking. But the thing is, if let's say both games like Scarlet and Violet have separate professors. The one with the woman professor, I think her name is Professor like Sarah or something. That's the game that's gonna get sold more.
Yeah, I am kind of with you there. I mean, it's hard to go against Cavewoman Professor. Cavewoman Professor, don't get me wrong, Guy Professor is hot.
Oh yeah.
But
he's wearing normal clothes.
He's not. He's wearing like future clothes, I think. But like, there's not like a snappy nickname. You can't. He's not Caveman Professor. He's fucking, I don't know, some professor. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, he's fucking.
Everybody's talking about Cavewoman Professor.
You do. We don't even care about the Pokemon that's out now. I mean, I saw the trailer. There's a bug wearing pants, and there's a new pig Pokemon called Lechonk. But like,
yeah,
no one cares about that. They want the Cavewoman.
That's true. Yeah, so I'm looking at 2 pictures of them. She looks like she's got like a cave woman aesthetic, right? She's got like some fucking whatever. She looks like a cave woman. It's hard to describe. A cave woman with a lab coat. And by the way, the buttons on her lab coat are also rocks. And then my man, the man professor is like kind of older, has a beard, has like a side shave, but he's wearing like He's wearing a BDSM outfit. Like, let's just call it what it is. It's like a slick, like, pleather suit.
It's a gimp outfit.
That looks like... It looks like he has like a full body VR suit, right, on at all times, and he put a professor coat on top of it. He like, you walked into his house, and he got an alert that was like, someone has walked in, and he went, oh shit, I don't have time to get out of my weird VR sex suit. Better just throw on my fucking professor coat and pretend this is normal. Hello, would you like a Pokemon? Please leave soon.
Don't look on my computer, please. Just
yeah, don't look at it, please.
Oh man. The 3 starters also look very good.
Yeah, they do look good.
If I intend to get the game, and I haven't bought a Pokemon game since like Pokemon Snap 2, but like an actual Pokemon game.
Yeah.
I haven't bought an actual Pokemon like mainstay game since, oh man, like Pokemon maybe. I want to say Gold, but I know I got the one on the Advance, the first one. Ruby, I think maybe I got Ruby, but I'm not sure.
I mean, like I said, I played Red and Blue, so everything beyond that, I don't know.
I played Red, and I liked it so much that I got Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Gold. And then, of course, I got the remasters of Pokemon Gold. And then I think I played Ruby before that, before I was just like, I'm not really liking these new areas. I don't really like these new Pokemon. So I haven't really played one. But if I was to play Scarlet, I think my choice in starter would be Apple Dragon because he's so dang cute.
Yeah, I got to go with Pompadour Duck. Pompadour Duck looks like a fucking a chill bro that I could hang out with.
He looks like he evolves into Daffy Duck.
He does, and you know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Everybody's fucking stoked on Weed Cat.
Weed Cat is funny. Pompadour Duck is slept on. I'm be honest with you,
dude. It's all about Apple Dragon, dude.
Apple Dragon is fine. He's fine. He's a good choice, but his name is Fuecoco.
Yeah, Fuecoco. That's right.
But my man Pompadour Duck is named Quaxley, and that's awesome.
That's such a good name. He doesn't even sound like a Pokemon name. It sounds like someone nicknamed him that, and it stuck.
Hey, Quaxley, hey, get over here.
Hey, boss, you want me to fight a rock fucking Geodude? Fucking.
I squirt out a puh. Is that good enough?
I'm gonna pull out my fucking Glock 10 water gun. Oh shit, no. That's about it. I'm not really if it plays like Arceus, I'm probably not gonna pick it up. But I will look at the fan art of the game, quote unquote.
I mean, it looks like a mix of Arceus and Sword and Shield.
I'm not really feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not.
And the thing is, you didn't like Sword and Shield. I didn't much like Arceus. I have a feeling you wouldn't like it very much.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to hold out hope to people who are listening and be like, well, maybe if he plays it, I'll let you know right now. I probably won't play it.
Don't worry. My wife will play it, so we'll know.
That's good. She does, or they do look really happy about it.
Yeah, they're a big Pokemon fan. They played. Okay, so because I got Arceus, they were like, "I'll just watch you play Arceus," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I got to the point where I was like, "I don't really want to play this anymore," and then I just kind of stopped. And they were like, "Well, I guess that's it." And I'm like, yeah.
They didn't pick it up?
Yeah, it is.
They didn't play it?
Nope.
Oh. That's a shame.
And I mean, to be fair, if they're anything like me, that's like, oh, I experienced the first 10 hours of the game. You mean I have to go through that again? Fuck.
Yeah, that's also fair. But, God, no.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. The other way that you know that they're basing this off of Arceus is that they still have the not very well optimized animation system.
Yeah.
Whatever it is they're doing there is... Listen, I have friends in the game industry, and I know how difficult it is to make a game. They tell me all the time, I get it. Now that we've got that out of the way, their animation system looks like dog ass. Because, like, if anything is on screen, it should be animated with all of its frames. Or, like, reduce it down to a texture, right? Like, do something to where the motion still looks fluid, or I can't tell that there's any difference. They whole ass have things in the mid ground that are going at like fucking 3 FPS in the trailer. In the first trailer,
I remember.
They have there's windmills, and the first one is spinning just fine. The second one is spinning okay. The last one is like fucking 1 frame a second piece of shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Look, I can see that.
Look, to be fair, we don't know if that was like alpha footage or beta footage, so
God. The thing is, they showed the same thing in Arceus, and everybody was like, they've still got time to fix it, like they're polishing stuff up, and it was released, and I swear to you, I stood on a mountain in Arceus, and I watched this Gyarados fly around, and as it got further away, my man was animated at no more than 5 frames a second. He was like, boop, 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 boop,
Dude,
and I was like, stop it!
Dude, yeah, that first Arceus trailer where, like, the Pokemon was, like, in and out, I was like, It looked like someone put a 2D GIF into the game.
Yeah. Like, and all of the Pokemon animations are like, there are good ones.
Yeah.
And there are also ones that are like, fucking nothing. So, it's...
All right. I get it.
The thing that frustrates me is like, I don't know how to fix it. Because, like, the easy thing to say is like, well, you should have had more people working on Arceus, and then you should have had people then work on like Violet and Scarlet, right? But I don't know that more people would have fixed that. You would assume that like, oh, you put some more people on it, it's going to look better. But like, they're working within the constraints of the Switch, which admittedly is a very underpowered machine, but like fucking Breath of the Wild runs on it. Like, there's so many examples of games that look good and do the things that Pokemon does, but Pokemon can't fucking get it right. So it's like, what am I supposed to take away from this? Honestly, like, are you coming out with games too fast? Are you fucking CD Projekt Redding yourselves right now? Are you like... Are you not spending the amount of time that you should? Do you really not get it? Are you embarrassed that you can't ask for help? Like, you're like, no, we know how to program just fine. And people are like, hey, you know, we could do some things to like save on resources. That way you can add in those extra frames. And they're like, no, our stuff looks great, actually. We're a Pokemon company.
Look,
we're Game Freak, actually.
A lot of kids are going to buy this. No one's even going to care.
That's the other thing is like, did they get it to a point where they were like, honestly, people that are gonna buy this game aren't gonna give a shit? Like, because I saw that the like, I watched the Scarlet and Violet trailer, and I was like, oh, so this is like Arceus and Sword and Shield. Okay, that doesn't make me feel anything. But it makes a lot of people be like, oh yeah, this looks sick. Fucking, I'm gonna fuck that professor, and I'm gonna play with my duck, and it's gonna be awesome. And those people don't give a shit if the fans are moving poorly.
Yeah. Dude, you know what I've wanted in like a main Pokemon game for like the longest time? Mini games. Like, why can't you have like your Pokemon race? Or like do fucking Pokemon Stadium-esque mini games?
Yeah! Pokemon Stadium, people still play that for the like, yeah, they still play it for the mini game. So why not just do that?
Like, not just have a game with that, but like have a Pokemon game that plays kind of like the best classic Pokemon, like turn-based one, but then it'll allow you in this nice, beautiful world they created, and not have to bring the frames down because Pokemon are wandering around on fucking the land. But
yeah,
but
it's just so funny to me that you're like, listen, I just want to help, please, God. Please, I'm trying to help you.
Just have it be to where, like, when you walk in tall grass, you initiate a battle. Or even better yet, like, you could see like shadows in the fucking grass, and that way you don't have to like render a Pokemon, but have it be classic style, but like the best version of the classic style, and then have cool mini games that you do like contests, and like you know in the old games where they had the fashion show, but have it actually be a fashion show where you get your they're like, oh, we want you to get your cutest Pokemon, and you fucking get nose pass, and you put ribbons all over him and have him walk the fucking catwalk.
Yeah, you're like, you're just really big dicking it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna pick the ugliest fucking Pokemon, and I'm gonna put him in the cutest dress, and I fucking dare you to tell me this Pokemon's not cute. I dare you.
Just why not have just that quick little mini game, and then have like one of the Pokemon race mini games, like the Rattata one, or fucking a jump mini game like Magikarp, or go into a school and do fucking Clefairy Metronome, just stuff like that.
Just anything. Just anything.
Just put the old fucking mini games back in and add like 10 more.
It's just, the thing is, again, a lot of this comes down to what do people want in a Pokemon game?
That's what I want.
Like, what do Pokemon fans want in a Pokemon game?
I'm a Pokemon fan.
You are not. You are not the market that they want to sell to. They want to sell this game to the people that play Pokemon games. People that play Pokemon games don't give a shit if there's like mini games in it, really. Like they're happy to be like, oh, I got a bike. Oh.
Well, fine. If we're going with that line of reasoning, why just a bike? Why can't it be like a 3-wheel bike? Why can't it be like a motorized scooter?
Why can't it be a 3-wheel bike? It functions exactly the same, but you just added a third wheel.
Well, why can't you like change it up? Like, why can't you customize your bike? Why can't you have a motorized scooter? Like, why can't you like on rollerblades? Why can't your character like glide around on fucking ice skates meant for grass? I don't like.
I mean, you can ride on Pokemon.
Yeah, but they
thing.
just function the same way. Like, why can't you ride on any of the Pokemon? Make them rideable. Like, lay on the ground and have your Ekans drag you. Fucking.
Just like the tiny Pokemon you just lay on top of, and they're like, I'm trying my best, boss. I can't move. I am dying. Please get off.
At least that would be fun to do a few times. Like, you're in a mountain area, and you're like, all right, Pikachu, my feet are fucking tired. Just carry me up, fucking drag me up this hill. Like,
carry me up.
I am your master. Do it. Just.
Pikachu's like, pick up me.
Like, why can't you, like, get if you have 2 Geodudes in your party, why can't you ride them, like, on each foot and glide through the air?
Just fucking like the video of Van Damme just like doing the splits in between 2 fucking semis, but it's like 2 Geodudes and you're just like going across the land doing the splits between them, looking like a fucking menace. Looking like Yujiro Hanma and fucking Baki.
Exactly.
People are like, holy shit, watch out for that guy.
I don't know what team he's got, but I don't want to fuck with him. Just. God. That sounds fun. That sounds fucking fun.
Yeah, no, it does. But like, I don't know. People that enjoy Pokemon games want different stuff than we want, and they're like, I imagine that they take risks every once in a while to bring out games that are like, oh, this is a Pokemon branded game, but it is a different thing, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or fucking Pokemon Snap, right? Like they take risks to try and reel fans like us in, where we're like, oh, I kind of like Pokemon. Pokemon's kind of cool. Oh, this is a game that I would like, as opposed to the thing that you always put out. That's the thing that I don't like.
Yeah, like Pokemon MOBA, which was trash.
Yeah, it was fine. I played it for a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, let's see. I'll never play it again, but that's cool.
Yeah, but you know, it's all right. I get it.
I don't know why they haven't done this yet, but why not have Pokemon Kart?
Because it's gonna suck ass.
I don't think so. Like
that's the thing. Is like, what do you do with Pokemon Kart that makes it different than Mario Kart?
Well,
like,
okay, so let's drop that right now. instead of Pokemon Kart, why not have Super Smash Kart? Just have all the Nintendo characters being like a kart racing.
So I heard, and by heard I mean read on the internet, so that's reliable, that there was a thing like that some game studio is developing. They were like doing a Super Smash Kart, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know why it would be different than Mario Kart.
Well,
like what?
Because
how is it different?
You would have they wouldn't have to be confined to Mario themed levels. You could have them themed like fucking Castlevania or fucking Mega Man. And then what if they add like Smash, like in Smash when they get their fucking Smash, you could do like specials that are like fucking screen clearing, or there's like different mechanics like fucking Sega All-Star, where they can transform into like flying machines or boat racing. And then maybe instead of just it being strictly race, maybe they add like an open world mechanic like in Diddy Kong Racing, where you can interact with the environment.
I mean, what you were describing is Mario Kart 8. Like, there's only a couple of features that you described that are not in Mario Kart 8. So Mario Kart 8 has a Animal Crossing level. It has a Hyrule level.
Yeah, but only like that, and then classic Mario Kart levels. But we're talking if we're gonna have different IPs, have the game themed around around the different IPs. And even if the IP's not in the game and they get a hold of the IP, have it like Sans. You can't play him in Smash, but you could dress like him. Have a fucking Undertale level. People will lose their shit. Or fucking a Doom level, and just having Nintendo characters driving through fucking Doom, or be able to like get a chainsaw as a weapon. Have multiple weapons that do multiple things, and then leave some of the Mario Kart stuff in there. Like maybe you can get a red shell or a banana, or like a blue shell. But then maybe you could have the fucking the bazooka from Smash, or get a hammer, like, and then have some of the items themed around some of the characters. What if like they're just not even they're driving a motorcycle or a cart? What if like some of them are just like running, or like what if like different things?
Just running real fast. It's just Sonic just by himself.
Well, like in yeah, why not?
You're too slow.
Like in Chocobo Racing, the kart racer, the character, you could be a behemoth, the King Behemoth, and he doesn't ride what he does ride in a car, but like his special is he'll pick the car up on his back and just run, and like that's cool.
That is cool. I think personally, all of those ideas, while cool, are all Mario Kart. Like, all of them are things that you can just put in Mario Kart.
Yeah, but
there's nothing that like differentiates it enough from Mario Kart. The only thing, okay, so the base feature that would differentiate this from Mario Kart is if you could attack other karts without items.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a basic attack in which, some man comes up on your side, you fucking, if you're Link, you fucking hit him with a sword, and they like take extra damage, and they can, if they take too much damage, they fly off the side of the stage, right? That's fucking Smash Brothers Mario Kart, and that's different enough.
Like Double Dash.
Yeah, like Double Dash, or like Road Rage, fucking the old game.
Yeah, Road Rash.
Carmageddon, fucking Twisted Metal, right? Like, if you brought some elements like that into it, I think that's different enough. But to be like, well, let's just have like a guest, let's have a lot of guest stages. It's like, that's fucking Mario Kart still. It's Mario Kart. They added, the fact that they added one non-Mario thing, like one non-Mario character and one non-Mario level, means that they can add as many as they want to. So that's still within Mario Kart.
Yeah, but
the only other thing is the specials. Specials is a very good idea.
I just don't like, I don't want it to be centered around Mario, because I hate the roster in Mario Kart 8. Because like,
listen, I'll be real with you. The roster is, they filled it with as many Mario characters as they have, but Mario doesn't have many fucking staple characters. Dude, you know what I mean? Why
can't you drive as a Goomba, or a Bullet Bill, or a Chain Chomp, a Shy Guy? Like, why can't you drive as what's her name, Paulina, is she available to drive as?
I don't know, actually. I think it depends probably on what version of the game that you have.
I have like
there's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I have the deluxe edition, and I don't remember seeing her in it unless they added her. But
I don't think they did.
You know who I don't like? I don't like fucking Rose Gold Peach or Gold Mario.
Pink, Gold, Peach, and Metal Mario. Yeah, it's like I don't know why you did this.
Why can't we have a Koopa again, like in the first one? Our fucking Rob the Robot, like in the DS. Our fucking Baby Waluigi or Wario. Like stuff like that. Why can't we just basic characters? Why can't Gino, my man Gino, be in the game?
Why can't Gino be in any game? What happened? Is it because Gino is a is it because Gino is like a property of Square Enix and they'd have to pay the Square Enix?
I think that's the case, and that's really sad.
That's man.
But he also
copyright's stupid.
They could easily just like do it. They could just be like, "Yo, we're gonna use Gino," and dude, Square Enix isn't like fucking clutching the pearls with Gino around it. Like, oh, yeah, I knew this day would come. Fucking, I'm sure, like...
$9 million for the Gino.
For the big...
Per year.
For the G-Man. Just... It's gonna be DLC, and we're gonna get all of the money. You will not get any. Just...
I'm looking at the roster. There are a number of characters that do not need to be here. Metal Mario and Pink Gold Peach are two. There's also Tanuki Mario and Catsuit Peach.
Yes.
They don't need to be here. All of the Koopalings can leave. We don't need Iggy or Morton or Larry or Wendy or Ludwig or anyone.
Or even better, just do it like in Smash. Have it be fucking baby Bowser. Or what was it, Koopa Jr., and have him interplaceable. Like, have the skins be different.
Yeah, I think that would be sweet.
They're the exact same character. But
there's a lot of just nothing here. Dry Bowser.
I like Dry Bowser.
Yeah, but why?
Because he's
make him Bowser as a skin.
Because he's bone. Yeah, make him a skin. But he's bones.
He is bones.
We need Dry Bones back too.
Dry Bones is in here.
Okay, so that's good. Like I said, we need not King Boo. I think King Boo is in there. We need a Wiggler. We need a Delfino person, like the Pinatas.
Yeah.
We need a Goomba. I'm so surprised they haven't put a Goomba in there. It surprises me how you can't customize your appearance in the game. They have so...
I mean, you can put a me in it.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about a me. I'm talking about, like, Mario. Why can't he have different colored outfits, or, like, the outfits from Odyssey? Why can't...
Nah.
Why can't...
He's got you can't do that to Mario. He's got one racing outfit, and it's the one he always wears.
Why can't Luigi be fucking the mysterious Mr. L? Fucking...
You know what? Let's just say it. Let's give Mario a gun. Why can't Mario have a gun?
I'm saying it right now. Why can't...
I'm the only one that's brave enough to say it. Where's Mario's gun?
Fucking Mushroom Mac 10. Fucking... Fucking... That's gonna be in the new Mario Odyssey 2. He takes hold of a gun and shoots the Goombas.
Everybody's like, holy shit.
Yeah, at the end he meets Bowser. He's like, I'm tired of your shit, Bowser. Fucking pulls out a rocket launcher. Fucking...
Yeah, I think you're right that Mario Kart has sort of peaked at what it is. And in order to... I think they have maybe one more iteration in them, right? I think Mario Kart 9... could be the final, because personally, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is the last Super Smash Brothers in my mind. Like, anything after that can't really exist. It has to be different enough to justify another one. But they put all the fucking characters of all time in it. Like, what are you gonna do?
It's Super Smash Brothers Ultimater. Just
ultimatum.
Super Smash Brothers Armageddon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good title. But again, like, what would be different? So, like, for Mario Kart 9, it's like you put in more characters, you give more levels that are like from different games. You put in like, you just give us a roster of like fucking 50 people, different outfits, whatever, right? Like, that's what Mario Kart 9 could be. And then it's nothing because there's no other way to iterate on it.
No, have a custom track creator, and then you could share them online and have people a la Mario Maker 2 play them. Huh?
The amount of videos that I have watched of people playing Mario Maker 2 is honestly fucking wild. It's probably over 2,000 hours at this point. So yeah, I would be into that. We need to talk about Final Fantasy 16 before we leave. We're already at an hour and a half. And we said Final Fantasy 16 looks good, and then stopped.
We said it twice, but okay. So let's do this again because I let's do it. You go, do it.
Okay, Final Fantasy 16 looks good.
Woo, that's it, everybody. Let's go.
All right, so I am really interested in what they're doing with Final Fantasy 16. It looks to me that the story has something to do with like instead of summons being these like mystical things that you summon from a magic rock or that you fucking like an Aeon that like you get from a temple or whatever. It seems like the spirit of a summon inhabits a human, and then to bring forth that summon takes like a lot of your life force to do. Like it's hard on your body, which I think is an interesting concept. That's definitely something that they had inside of Final Fantasy VIII that I liked a lot, where they were like, because if you don't remember, spoilers for Final Fantasy VIII, I guess, all of the main characters grew up in an orphanage together, and they all forgot because they all had training with guardian forces, with summons. Yeah. And summons make you lose your memory. Like, not like, and gradually, it's like you just forget things about your childhood. And so they all forgot that they were orphans together. Awfully convenient. Anyway, Final Fantasy 16, it seems like it's going to be relatively the same way. Which, like,
except no one forgets.
Spoilers for Attack on Titan. Seems a lot like Attack on Titan, honestly.
I feel like because in the trailer they don't call the characters like character names; they call them by the summon names, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe they take human form and like join whatever side they're on, and then like battle it out, and then you have these big climactic summon fights. Mm-hmm. And that looks the combat looks good. First of all, dude, the combat looks way good, like Final Fantasy 15, but like a million times better. And then it jumps into like these big battle scenes where the fucking summons are just fighting, and then I don't know what's going on, but I do want to play that game. I do be wanting to play that game.
Yeah, and I will say the main character's name is Clive, so like at the very least we have his name, but we don't know, if I'm not mistaken from the previous trailer, I think he is like meant to guard the kid that has Ifrit inside of him. I thought
he was Ifrit.
And I thought he was guarding Ifrit.
Maybe he is.
So I think they probably have names, but yeah, they like everybody is referring to each other like by their name, and like fucking this big huge dude is like, if you want me to bring forth my summon, it will shake this island to its very core. And the thing is, like, in some senses you hear that and you go like, oh man, this is like gonna like shake up society. There's like some dark secret here, but no, he's just real fucking big.
He's fucking Titan.
He's Titan. So like he's got earthquake powers. So he's like, I imagine that he's like, I don't like, maybe every kingdom has one or like two or whatever. And they're like, only use the like, if they're a fucking like break glass in case of emergency, take magic summon pill or whatever. And like, he's like, you don't want me to turn into Atlas. Otherwise I'm going to fucking sink this whole island. I promise you.
It's Morbin time. Just fucking.
It's Morbin time. Yeah. Where's Morbius in this?
What I think is like I guess every generation, like the Avatar, The Last Airbender, maybe a summon is born into a human like shell. And like this one probably, Ifrit plays a big part because like he's in the logo and like he's the one you're protecting, so maybe like Ifrit is like one of the the major summons, like he's one of the better ones. and you got to protect him, and he doesn't know he's a summon until he becomes it, because like they end off like the trailer with like a Ifrit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it seems like in the logo for the game, it seems like it's Ifrit versus Phoenix. Like it looks like they're facing off against each other, or there may be like some other relationship there. It seems like Ifrit and Phoenix are like the pair.
Yeah, they made an emphasis on Phoenix too, because they mentioned Phoenix a few times in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I was stoked when I saw Bahamut.
Oh, dude, Bahamut looks so good. Like the summons in this one, listen, the summons in most of the games looked pretty good. Final Fantasy X's summons, in my opinion, were a little fucking weird looking. They looked a little otherworldly and not in a way that I particularly enjoyed, but they had like their own aesthetic, and I get that like it's not everybody's thing. Final Fantasy 13, they turned into motorcycles, and that was fucking weird, and I didn't like it. And but like the character designs looked okay. Final Fantasy 15, they looked gorgeous and amazing. And they look really, really good again.
In 15, though, you could rarely get them. They only pop up a few times, and they might come out.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I played the Final Fantasy 15 demo, and I got Ramuh like all the fucking time. I was like, yeah, baby.
Well, I'm sure they did.
The demo was great.
I'm sure they did that on purpose, you know, so they could be like, oh, see this? See, this happened if you get the game.
Look, you could summon Ramuh all the time. He's great.
I played the first 20 minutes of 15 and then stopped.
God, same dude. Okay, here's what happened. So I started the game. I played up until like I played up until the ship. I think that's where most people stopped, is like you go, like you drive the car from like point A to point B to point C, and then at some point you stop at like a fishing place where you can fish, and then you get on a boat. And then something happens, and I was like, is that a thing that I was supposed to see, like, the Final Fantasy 15 movie for? Because I'm not going to see it.
Yeah,
I watched the first YouTube... It's like, there were 3 pieces of media in Final Fantasy 15, which is, like, Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive, I think. That was, like, the movie. And then there were, like, a web series of, like, details on all of the main characters and some backstories and stuff. And then there was the game. And I watched the first YouTube video and went, that was pretty good. And then the game came out, and I went, nah, I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, the tutorial was, like, it was long. It was it was so long. I lost interest really quick. And then, once I got into the game, I got all the way to Sid to fix your car, and I ate some ramen, and I camped out, and I fought a pack of wolves, and I was like, that's enough of this game.
Yeah, I've done it. I mean, do you remember whenever, like, everybody was like, God, the tutorial area in Kingdom Hearts 2 is a fucking slog. It's so long. It's 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then now, like, having a tutorial section, which is basically, like, the first quarter of the game is very common. You're like, God, fucking stop. Just let me play.
Yeah, no shit. Like, oh, man. I don't know if I'll ever play Final Fantasy 15, or maybe I will. Maybe I'll do it on stream, but I don't know. So, we'll see.
It's not... I hear it's not worth it. I hear it's not that good.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, that's why I'm not going to do it. But Final Fantasy 16...
Yeah, baby. The thing is, like, the combat looks a lot like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
This was good combat. Now I'm ready. Like, they did Final Fantasy 15, and the combat was okay, but it wasn't great. I was like, this is better than a turn-based RPG, but it's not there yet. And then Final Fantasy... like 7 Remake really nailed it for me, and I was like, this is it. This is the next level of like Square Enix like turn-based fantasy combat. This is it.
I liked in 7 Remake how you could alternate between the characters and use their moves and stuff. And in 15 you're just fucking Noctis. You're good old Noct himself, and you can't be Prompto or fucking Empoleon or whatever his name is. Do
you mean Ignis?
Yeah, Ignis. And
Ignis, and try the last one.
Fuck. Hold on. Xanadu.
It's Gladio.
Damn, I was
Gladio.
close.
Oh yeah, you were. There was an A in there.
I knew he was like named like a sword, so I was like, I can't. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there is a very famous Xanadu sword. Everybody knows the Xanadu sword.
That's the game breaker if you get the Xanadu sword. Fucking. And then they released a DLC, and they're like, you could play as each individual character as their story before they met Noctis. And Prompto's gay, so come play the game.
Yeah, there was a lot of... Apparently, those things really actually filled out the story. So... What was told up front is like, yeah, here's these 3 media experiences that you can have to get the full Final Fantasy 15 experience. And then after Final Fantasy 15 was released, they were like, oh, there's also some stuff that explains, because like way later on in the game, there's a part where like there's a time skip and like everybody busts up and then comes back together, and you learn like, oh, this person went and did this during that, and this person went and did this during that, and like this person comes back with one eye, and you're like, why? And they're like, I don't know. Who gives a shit? That you have to pay money to find out why I don't have an eye anymore. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
God. Yeah, I hope 16 isn't like that, and it looks really good, and I know in my heart of hearts it won't be that way, so.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I didn't have hope. After Final Fantasy 15, I said, I'm no longer buying Final Fantasy games on release. I'm going to wait and see if they're good, and then I will buy them. But then Final Fantasy 7 Remake came out, and like, boy, was that a special time. Like, I ordered myself like sushi, and I put the sushi in the fridge, and I waited until like I could play the game at 11 o'clock. And then like I sat on the couch and played the game and ate my sushi and fucking ate cookies and stayed up until 5 a.m. playing the game. I was like, God, this is great. What a cool experience I'm having right now. I love this. And now I'm like, well, Final Fantasy 7 Remake was really good. So maybe 16, like, and the trailer looks good. And there's a lot of shit that's resonating here. Like the king is like, if citizens of the kingdom perish, we can simply breed more. And if their houses are burned, we can simply build more. The kingdom will live on. And I was like, we gotta fucking kill this guy. This guy sucks.
Yeah, dude. I just want to take hold of the character and like get on a battlefield, Dynasty Warrior style, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake combat.
Yeah, that sounds sick, honestly. They have a bunch of, like, they showed a war happening, and I remember how fucking amped I was in the Kingdom Hearts 2 trailer when they showed the Fight of 1,000 Heartless. I was like, oh, God. I get to do that? Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
and then you're in you're in the little arena in Kingdom Hearts 2. That the Battle of 1,000 Heartless, and then you're in an arena and you're just zigzagging through the enemies.
It's just, and the thing is, it still felt so fucking cool.
It was.
Like, if Final Fantasy 16 gets me that way again with a thing like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to this war, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just be like one of the guys, and they're like, here you go, there's fucking 20,000 people, go kill them, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm not going to transform into my summon. I'm going to do this legit. And then you get fucking 200 enemies in. You're like, God, fucking, I don't have any choice. Ifrit, come out. And then fucking, they're like, you've fallen into my trap. Shiva, go. And fucking, that would be sick.
God, it'll be like that. You'll go into battle, and you'll fight. And it's one of those battles that you can't win. It's just a lot of enemies, and it'll prompt you to fucking Ifrit.
Or maybe, I love when a game does this whenever they're like, yeah, you're supposed to lose this fight, but they allow you to win if you're really, really good. Yeah. Like, if you just dodge every attack and you, like, chip away at their health, they're like, wow, I died. You've shortcutted to the end of this mission.
No, you
like, hell
you
yeah.
just beat the game because that was the big bad and you didn't know.
Yeah, the first fight where you're supposed to get your shit kicked, you didn't.
That's Devil May Cry 5. That's fucking... because you could do that in Devil May Cry 5.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
The first boss, you know how you fight him in the chair, like at the beginning? I don't know if you played the game.
Oh, yeah.
You could actually win that fight.
Wow.
And also...
And then the game just ends?
Yeah.
That's
just
awesome.
like Chrono Trigger. You could fight.
Yeah.
You could fight what's his name at the beginning, Lavos.
Lavos, yeah, I did that. So like, I played Chrono Trigger in high school in the computer lab while I was supposed to be learning like networking stuff. I still took my networking test and passed it. Don't worry, everyone. I'm still a big fucking nerd. So I played Chrono Trigger and I beat it legit. I beat it like all the way through. I didn't skip any timeline stuff. I Chrono died and came back to life and like all the shit that happened. All those things happened. And then I found out like through the internet, like that there were a bunch of different endings. I was like, oh, that's cool. And one of them was like the one that you can get you can get one at the very beginning if you do New Game Plus and then go over here. It was like, oh, okay. So then it was just Chrono and Marl, and it was a slog to get through that fucking Lavos fight with just the two of them. But like, I did it, and then I got the developer's ending. I was like, oh, this is fucking sick. I love this.
That is time. We're gonna call it there. Because we could just keep talking about RPGs and Final Fantasy now that we're already on topic, but that would make this episode like 2.5 hours long.
You know what? One day you're just gonna get an episode in your feed that's a 12-hour long podcast, and it's just us talking and eating and playing games, and there's gonna be like a 1 hour break in the middle, and we're not even gonna turn off the microphones or edit it out.
We're just gonna keep it. You're gonna hear us in the background just chatting it up, and then just come back and put our stuff back on and fucking.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, oh, sorry, totally left this on. Anyway, what were you talking about? You were talking about your butthole or something?
Yeah, but now forget that. We found out while we're an hour away about something fucking. Mm-hmm. That'll be like our 100th episode, fucking.
Yeah, the 100th episode, 24 hours with the Go-Getters.
A night out with the Go-Getters, just.
Yeah, baby, and it ends at fucking 10:30. We're like, all right, I'm sleepy. Good night.
Hey, well, I mean, there is going to be a live not like a live episode, but like a me and Colby live in person with each other episode maybe next month.
That is true. Yeah.
So that
very exciting. Honestly,
that'll be exciting for us. I don't know about like y'all, but like it's a hype for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the episode. But before like we go into our ending rant, I'm gonna leave y'all with a very controversial take. I didn't think Chrono Trigger was all that great.
Oh well, that's because you're fucking wrong. You stupid piece of shit. Chrono Trigger is one of the best RPGs of all time, and I will not have you slandering its name.
I didn't say it was bad.
Chrono Cross is not that great. Chrono Trigger is fucking incredible.
I didn't say it was a bad game. I just didn't care for it.
That's because you have bad taste, and that's okay.
It's fair, I guess. I have very strange taste, but I played Chrono Trigger as a kid. I rented it, I think, twice, and I just could not get into it. Like the music though. Love
music's so fucking good. Damn.
I love Frog, and that's about it.
How far did you get into it? Not to prolong this anymore, but how far did you get into it?
I went to the future. I got Robo. I think I got all the way to the Magus fight, and after I beat that, I just kind of stopped.
Yeah, you got pretty far in. All right. I was going to say, like, did you just fucking, like, get to the future and go, this is stupid, and then stop?
No, I went, like, really far. I just couldn't, I don't know, I just couldn't keep myself playing.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, like I said, that was a controversial take since that was on topic, but...
It is, yeah, you're wrong. And it's fine.
I'm okay with the hate. I already know it's a take that no one likes. But, but goddamn it, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I hate eggs, so whatever.
I love eggs.
We all have things.
Alright, so, that's all out of the way. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, any podcatcher. We're on it. You see it, we're on it. We're on TikTok. Mm-hmm. We're on YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, 5-star, thumbs up, put it up your butt, thumbs up, 7-up. We're all... all those things. Do them. All of them. Every single one of them. And get all get all your games you're excited for, put them in one place, and tell Sonic that you're not taking him, and then drive back to your house, wait a month, and then call him up and go get him.
Go get him. Poor Sonic. He's so sad.
He's like, oh, this is not cool.
He's crying into his chili dogs.
just no.
These are so sad now.
It shows you getting like in your car with like the Final Fantasy 16 guy and the Pokemon in Street Fighter 6 driving away, and you just see like the back of Sonic's legs and his hand falls down and the chili dog goes into the dirt. Just
oh, no way!
Bummer, dude, to the max.
This validates my depression.
I have severe mental problems.
All my anxieties are coming true.
My mother always said I was a failure. I guess this is true.
One day we're all gonna die and no one's gonna care. Today's that day for me.
Stop.
Bye.